Good afternoon, YouTubers. Out on the bike yesterday on the Girvan Part 1 run, first motorbike run of the year, and during that vlog I stated that I would do a review on the Drift Ghost S that I just recently purchased. Very surprised that the camera came, and it came with more accessories than I expected. So we'll quickly get into it and I'll have a look at the camera. I know it's all been done before, but really impressed. I had a Drift in the past, which I'll show you shortly. I still use it, it's still mounted in the helmet, and so let's have a look at the camera. The camera, as you can see, is the standard shape of the original Drift family. The Ghost S was, up until recently, the highest spec action camera that they made. The camera is classed as waterproof if this cover here, which is made of metal funnily enough, is attached to the back. At the moment I have got it attached. In fact, I'll just turn it off and we'll just have a look. Let's get it to go off. There we go. This back here is made of plastic. I don't think I've any issues with it. There is some complaints, and if you actually look at it, the doors on it open up to allow microphone or power supply, which could be used to power the device, and in my case for the microphone for the motorbike. It takes a micro SD card. I have fitted a 32, and I have got two of the original Drift batteries that came with the camera. Micro SD card, I believe they go up to 64, and all the specs have changed, but I quite agree that a class 10 should be suffice. So battery fits in there quite nicely, and once I get it to click down without breaking that's it. Just be mindful that that door for the battery is the door that this clamps to. So when you horse it up, you're actually putting strain onto this. You've got your USB charging, your HDMI, and your microphone. This wee device comes with it. This is an adapter, and the reason it comes, this is quite a small, there's a limited lip here. I don't know if you can see that too clearly. There's a lip there, and if you use a standard microphone, which I may have one just right next to me somewhere, cancel that. I have, but it's plugged into this machine, so let's see if we can get it out, and let's have a look. And you'll actually see that that does not go in because it catches on the edge. So on that note, that wee plug goes in there. And what you would do is I would fit this onto the back. As I say, this does not make it waterproof, however I would suggest in the normal scheme of things it would be acceptable. So going in here, and you can see that fits in. There is a gap around it. It wouldn't do any harm to put something around there if you are going to use it in quite wet conditions. Standard Drift mount. This I've fitted this way, which will become obvious shortly. This is for fitting on my helmet to get the correct orientation, and then, as with all Drifts of this type, the lens turns to bring it back into the vertical rather than horizontal. It's got reinforced screen, typical buttons on the top. There's the start, and then on all your options to get into the menus, and then back and forward within the menus. The menus of the camera, I'll just turn the camera on. Wi-Fi initialing, it's obviously looking for a phone or similar. At the moment I'm using my phone to record this footage, so it shouldn't find it. Anyway, you notice we're in video mode, we're in V, that's an enhanced picture quality, 44% of the memory card left, and the battery is now down to 1 bar. If you go into the menu, you'll see the 4 menus. That's the selection menu, the play menu, the edit for each of the options, and then the edit of the actual camera. So if we go into the first menu, it's giving you the option to select the camera, the video, the camera, the time lapse, or the burst. Video is what it is. You open up the video, you start the video, and you stop the video. Menu, select picture, select photograph, and then menu, select, and then one more, go to the time lapse. This would be, as it says, you click it to time lapse and it starts and stops. In this case it's set at 30 seconds. Menu, apologies, and the final one is the burst. And you just, once it's in the burst, and you've noticed during this conversation the colours have all changed, which I'll cover shortly. 5 photographs, and menu, and then if you go into the view options, you can look at the videos, and let's see, the video without my hand in it, make that an idea. That was one taken in the house just to test the camera, so a wee bit of test work before I went out with the bike. Right. And next one is the pictures. Picture of my hand. Seems to be a regular thing, this with a hand. Just testing the actual camera itself. We then go into the time lapse, and it'll give you the groups of the time lapse that we've taken. And then the final one is the burst photograph, and that was the 5 photographs of my hand. Each one of these has got a play option. So that's the general menus of the camera. If we could just look at the remote now. Remote control came with the item. 2 light bars here. Press and hold to turn on. Once the remote's turned on and paired with the camera, it will mirror the colour you're seeing on here. And what that reflects to is that this is video. If you press the button once, it goes to yellow, which is for photographs, purple for time lapse, and blue for burst. So if I just show you that again, I'll put the screen on, and you can see that the time lapse, or sorry, burst, video, the video icon, camera icon, and the timer icon. So go back to video, flashes green, start the video, flashes red, timing away quite nicely, 7 seconds, press stop. Another nice feature of the remote and the camera, press start, it's recording, takes a picture, then goes to record again. So press stop, stops the camera. Press the down one, you get an option to do a photograph. Press the down one, then we go into time lapse. Press the down one, and I'll go into photograph mode. That's it. And back to camera. Right, if I could just review the other 2 options we've got down here and here. If we go down to this one, this is the settings for, in this case, the video with your 1080p. You've got options in there, your frame rate, your field of view, your exposure, your self timer, and I don't know whether there's one more. I'll have a look down. Video tagging interval, set it for a a car mode, that's for your monitoring driver behaviour. What a waste of a good camera. And scene mode, vivid, and come back out of that, and we go to the camera settings, which is same but different. Working your way down, field of view, exposure, etc, etc. And your self-timer modes, the sequence interval, and you've got 30 seconds, and your self-timer time, things are probably what I won't use in reality. And the final one is the resolution and the burst rate. If we go down to that, it's quite interesting. 5 seconds, so 5 in a second, 2 second burst. Or let's go back round, scene modes, vivid again, select that, so you've got 10 seconds, so it's 10 a second, and if you select that, and then you go down to the burst duration, you can make it, it's only giving you 1 second anyway, it'll probably give you 2 if you set it at 5, and so on and so forth. Just other options within the camera. And the final one is the setting for the camera. So you've got the Wi-Fi. If I click that, they'll let the camera connect to a phone. Your network name, clone mode. I have no idea what that is. Mic sensitivity, which I'll put back to number 2. I felt number 3 was too much. I may drop it to 1 while on the bike and do a test. But we'll see. Speaker volume, just for to hear things when review. LCD goes off in 20 seconds. Remote control, which I've got, I've paired it, and the remote LED is on. LED indicator, digital zoom, which I did do earlier, and I get into a fan call. Camera off, never, and HDMI out is auto. And other settings, your time, date, language. And then you can save the settings and load the settings, depending on what you have. It's going to be different from somebody else that uses your camera. Format memory card, and then the latest firmware, which are updated. So that is a review of the internal workings of the Drift Ghost S. That is the review on the Drift Ghost S, and it is, in my opinion, an amazing camera for video logging on the motorbike. Yeah, very happy with the purchase. Does exactly what it says in the tin, and yeah, I did mention that I had another camera, the other Drift, and here it is here, mounted on said helmet, and it is fine. And as I mentioned earlier as well, the current vlogging camera just mounts nicely in there, makes the camera nice and busy. But top camera doing 5 megapixel photographs. Very seldom to do video with it. In the past I have, but this will now be the go-to camera, along with my Hero 5 and other cameras depending on what I'm doing. Anyway, thanks very much. Like and subscribe. Lots coming. Latest one is Teapotone WG2 3-axis gimbal. Just got it. See how it goes.